Hi everyone, welcome to Techie World. So today I'll take you through the Java 16 new features. In this series, we'll talk about the multiple new features that came in Java 16 like sealed classes, record, and many more. So if you look at the new features that came in Java 16, these are following like sealed classes, record, warning for value-based classes, pattern matching for instance of operator, and stream.toList method added and the vector API incubator. So let's have a look on first point, that is sealed classes. So we'll try to understand what is the sealed classes, what are the ways we can declare the sealed classes, okay, and then we'll see a brief code demo. So sealed classes actually introduced in Java 15 and had a little bit of modification and then came in Java 16 as a preview feature. So there are two kinds of feature in Java. One is preview, one is standard. Preview subject to change. Okay, so this sealed classes are still a preview feature in Java 16. No, what is sealed classes? So earlier, if you remember, we had class, okay, and if that class is not final, what can happen? Anybody can extend that class. And if the class is final, nobody can extend the class, right? It means by making the class final, you can stop the inheritance, right? So we didn't have actually the control over the inheritance. If the class is not final and it is required just for the one class to extend that class and use the functionality of the given class, then you don't have any control in the application. Anyone can write a class which is extending that class and utilizing those methods or functionality, right? So provide the fine grained control over the classes, or rather the interfaces, or rather the inheritance. Sealed classes were introduced. So if you see the first point about sealed classes in Java, sealed classes first came in Java 15 as a preview feature, which provides a fine grained control over the inheritance. What does this mean? So basically, if you remember earlier, we had a class, let us say we have a class A, and then you have some functionality there, some methods written there in the class A. Now you cannot control which class can extend this class A. If you want to prohibit the inheritance, then you can make the class A as a final. But with that, no classes in your application can access this class A, or rather extend this class A, right? And if you don't make it final, then you don't have any control. Who all can access or rather extend your class and utilize the functionality written in that, right? That's why sealed classes were introduced in Java 15, which actually provides a fine grained control over the inheritance. How it provides the fine grained control? So, three new keyword came in the picture. One is sealed, other is non-sealed, and third is permits. So with the help of these three keywords, what you can do is you can write a class, or rather sealed class, in which you can define that which all classes are allowed to extend this class by using permits keyword. Okay, we'll see that in detail when we'll do the code demo. So the second point about sealed classes is sealed classes provide a mechanism to determine which subclasses are allowed to extend or implement a parent class or interface. That's what I explained you just now, that sealed classes actually provides a mechanism to determine which subclasses or subinterfaces are allowed to extend or implement from a parent class or interface. Okay. The third point, sealed classes in Java, is Java 16 provides some minor enhancement and keep this feature as a preview only. So there are few points you need to remember about the sealed classes and interfaces in Java. The first one is sealed classes or interfaces are defined using sealed keyword. So let us say you want to define a class A, that is a sealed class. So you will write sealed class A, and then you can use another keyword called permits, and then you write the name of those classes which you are allowing can extend this particular class. So that's the first point about sealed classes, that sealed classes is declared using sealed keyword. Now, so whatever classes that you are going to write after the permits keyword can be either final or non-sealed or sealed. You cannot write simple classes like normal classes. Okay, that's the second point. Sealed classes allowed to declare which class can be subtype using permits keyword. That's what I told you, right? And the third point is a class extending a sealed class must be declared as either sealed, non-sealed, or final. Fourth point is sealed classes helps us in creating a finite and determinable hierarchy of the classes in inheritance, right? So it actually helps us in create the object hierarchy or other class hierarchy in our application, which actually helps us in organizing our application in a better way, right? So let's have some code example where we'll see what is permissible, what is not permissible in the sealed classes. Okay, so let's have a look on this. So in the sealed class syntax, I have written a class sealed class test permits A and B. Okay, so whether this statement is correct or not, we'll see. Okay, and then I'm writing class A extend test. So this test is permitting class A. Okay, so can we write class A extends test? No, we cannot, because any class that is being used after permits, okay, and if the class is test, then this class A and B either can be a sealed class or non-sealed class or final class. That's what I told you in the previous slide. The first statement is incorrect, right? We cannot write class A extends test. Can we write the second statement? This one, like final class A extend test. Yes, we can write this. So you can say this, we can write this. Non-sealed class A extends test. Can we write this? Yes, we can write this. Class B extends test. Obviously, it's the same case as the first one, so we cannot write this. And the next statement, final class B extends test. Can we write this? Yes, because the class is final. The next statement is non-sealed class B extends test. Can we write this? Yes, we can, because classes either can be final or non-sealed or sealed. Okay, so we can write this. Can we write this one? Non-sealed class B extends test? Yes, we can write it. Can we write the last statement? Non-sealed class B extends test? Yes, we can write this. I think the last one is same, right? Yeah. So, sorry, it's a duplication, but yeah, you can write this also. Okay. Now let's have a brief code demo of the sealed classes, which will make you understand sealed classes in a better way. Okay. Save the time. I have already written the code here. You can see I have written a class sealed demo, which has a main method. Okay. Then come back to line number 12. I have written a class A, which is permitting B and C. And in the class A, we have a return number method, which is returning any random number called 10, maybe 10. Okay. Now, what I'm writing final class B extends A. So can we write this? Yes, we can write this. And then I'm writing sealed class C extends A permits D. Now, if you see here, this class C is already permitted by class A. But since you are defining this class C as a sealed class, then you have the liberty to use this permit keyword, which will allow another class to extend class C. And that's what is happening in class D. So if you see the object hierarchy of what the code I have written, you can have a look on this. Okay. Now let us move to the line number 6. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating an object of the C and trying to call this return number method. Now it will come to class C and it will not find any method. As you can see, I have not written any method in class C, but it is extending class A, right? So it will try to find out that method in the superclass, and A is the superclass of class C, right? Then it will go here and it will try to print 10. Okay, let's run this code and try to see if we are correct or not. Okay, so you can see we have 10 here, right? So this actually gives you a brief about what are the sealed classes, okay, and how does this work. So that's all for today, and that's all for the sealed classes in Java. If you want the code and the notes shown in this video, then please do comment your email ID and you will get this within 24 hours. Also, I'll be posting more such informative video on this channel. So if you found this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.